In the next few minutes, you're going to know how to crush your HVAC sales engineering interview. My name is Abdullah, and I transitioned from engineering into sales engineering in the HVAC field. And I want to help more people get into it because it's very untapped and it's an awesome career. Before you watch this video, you need to make sure that you actually want to get into sales and sales engineering. If you didn't watch my other videos, you can go and watch them. It gives you a bit more insight into what HVAC sales engineering is, and the kind of stuff that you might do in the job. And if you do know that this is something that you want, then this video is going to be for you. Even if you don't have an interview yet, this is going to make your process of applying a bit more clear, and hopefully it will help you along the way. So I'm going to talk about 5 main things, and then I'm going to talk about 2 more bonus tips at the end. So first, you need to frame what is important for this job in your mind before the interview. So when you go into the interview, you need to have these things in mind. For this kind of role, you need 3 main things to be successful. Okay? First is you need to be technical. So you need to have a technical foundation, or if you don't have an engineering background or something like that, then you might have taken a course or something to deepen your technical knowledge in the certain field you're getting into, because this is a technical sales role. This is not just a regular, emotional selling kind of role. Second is drive/motivation. You need to have that drive in you. You need to have the motivation to make sales, to make money, or else this is not the right role for you. So come into the interview with that in mind, that you need to have drive and motivation. And third is communication. You need to have solid communication skills, which I'm going to cover as well. But just have those 3 things in mind: being technical, drive/motivation, and communication skills. As having those 3 things in mind, and have them in mind like well before you interview, even when you're applying, because those 3 things in the back of your mind will help you talk about them more, or make them more apparent in the interview, which increases your chances of getting the job. Second is do a deep dive into the subject that you're interviewing for at least 48 hours. And I don't mean 48 full hours, I mean like 2 full days of work. It could be a weekend that you just really dive into the subject. In my case, it'll be HVAC, so I would basically look at what new products are coming out in the commercial space. What new code regulations are coming into effect in the next couple of years? How does that affect sales? How does that affect the HVAC business in general? Learn who the top players are in your kind of area. It's very important to know like the competitors, to know what their strengths are. So I would do a lot of research when it comes to those things. Also learn about who the top customers would be. So in HVAC, for example, that would be learning about who the top engineers in the city are, MEP engineers, learning who the top mechanical contractors are in the city, talking about those players in the interview. That'll make you so different than everyone else. Most people who are coming fresh into this kind of role don't know that much information. Obviously, if you've been in the engineering industry, or a similar industry for a long time, then you probably already have that information, which is amazing. But if you don't, then make sure you research contractors. Who are the top guys in the city? Make sure you research engineers, developers as well. Like, what do they do? Who does warehouses here? Who does office buildings? Who does whatever, like restaurants, whatever. Make sure you research that, and you don't need to know everything. Just have a couple of talking points if it does come up. I'd also learn about the sales process. So every industry has a different sales process, and it's very important for you to know. Third, I would show your love for money and show your love for business. And now I know in other interviews, if you're applying for like an engineering role, if you're applying for any other role, if someone asks you, okay, like why do you want to get into this field, you should never say money. But in sales specifically, um, you say money. It's okay. Don't just say money, but don't be afraid to like mention it. Don't be afraid to say that I'm here to make sales, to make you guys money and myself money. Don't be afraid to mention that money motivates you and it's your primary motivation. Those things are fine. That's why you're going into sales or sales engineering, because you want to make money. You can mention other things as well, like I love the business side of things. Um, but I feel like the main reason why people get into sales is the money, and there's no point of lying about it. Just tell them I'm extremely motivated. I want to make money. I want to make you guys money, and because that motivation is never gonna basically stop. Like it's what they want to hear from you. They want to hear that you want to make money, because if you want to make money, then you're gonna really try hard and get them sales, and that's what they want to hear. So again, don't be afraid to show your love for business and money. That's the point. You're there to do that. So yeah, don't be afraid to mention that. Fourth would be body language skills. So in this kind of sales, as I mentioned in the first point, communication is very important, and body language is a huge part of communication. So small pointers would be shake hands firmly, speak loudly and clearly. If you're naturally like a quiet guy, like I am, I'm not usually very loud and this like extroverted guy. If you are like me, then try to force yourself to speak louder. Speak from your chest, not from your throat or like from your mouth. Like speak with volume. Speak clearly. If you're a person who stutters or doesn't speak clearly sometimes, try to enunciate your words a lot. Don't have a straight face all the time like this. Like try to smile, crack some jokes even. um, Show that you are personable, that you can give and take, you can make jokes, you can banter as well. Don't be afraid to make jokes and like laugh a little and like giggle and do all that stuff. It's fine. People like that, and you should do those things. Don't do it a lot. Just make sure you do include, you know, some banter, some jokes. You know, laugh a bit. Don't keep everything super serious and straight to the point. Make sure you show off your personality a bit, and obviously maintain eye contact. Don't look at them like this, but don't keep looking away and answer and like fidget like this. No, like give eye contact. Look at them. Look away. If there are two people, that's easier as well. So yeah, those points should help you out with the communication part. Fifth is don't be afraid to pause if you want to think of an answer. So if they ask you about, something that's related to engineering, what would you do in this situation? You can just say, hey, that's a good question. Do you mind if I take a second to think about it? Like, people usually just start talking about something that they don't know about and they end up messing up. But if you just took like 20 seconds to think about it, and it might seem like a lot, but they appreciate that because it shows them that you're not afraid to be in silence for a bit, you're not awkward about it, and that you actually care about the answer. You want to take a bit to think. I did that in my interview, and I would really suggest if you don't have an immediate answer for something, tell them, hey, that's a great question. Do you mind if I take a second to think about it? It's very simple, but it's a very very strong move, and it'll kind of make them respect you more because you're not just this and that, this and that. Like no, just relax. Be like, hey, I'm just gonna take a second to think about it. And also, don't be afraid to say that you don't know something. They ask you a question and you genuinely have no idea. You can talk about something that's related to it. Be like, yeah, I read something about it, but honestly, I'm still learning about this. I don't have a good answer for this, to be honest. Like, that's fine. Like, if you don't know like one or two questions, it's fine. Just say that you don't know. Say that like you're going to research more about it. Talk about something that's a bit related, but don't be afraid to say you don't know. Now, for the bonus tips, first is LinkedIn. Make sure that before your interview, even if you don't have an interview or if you have an interview, make sure you connect with people in that company, people in your position, and ask them to hop on a call. And on the call, ask them about the role, ask them what they do, ask them what advice they have for the interview, and a lot of the times they'll put in a good word for you with the hiring manager. You can even ask like, "Hey, do you mind putting in a good word for me with this person who's interviewing me?" You can ask them like specifics about the role. You can ask them what your first like 1 to 2 years is gonna look like. So it'll kind of shape your answers better, and it'll help you answer in the context of what you're actually gonna do in the first like 1 to 2 years. But definitely hop on a call with at least like 3 people in that company, um, or even 2 people is good. Even one, if you can just find one, just hop on a call with someone at that company and ask for advice. It'll help you a ton. Last one is if you have some kind of side businesses or something you did on the side, make sure you mention that. They love that. It shows that you want to make money. It shows initiative, shows entrepreneurship, and don't be afraid to mention it because you're afraid to show them that you're entrepreneurial and you might leave someday, whatever. No, like show them that you want to make money. Show them that you have this initiative to start things on the side. If you don't, that's fine. But if you do, don't be afraid to show them off.